Garrett Blevins here with week 5, day 3, Cube Kingpin. This was the rep squat day, and it was a hard one, that was for sure. After a couple of requests from viewers, I took a side angle today to look at depth. I really focused today on something I've not worked on before, which is kind of like unhinging at the hips first before initiating the squat. And so this was my last warm up with 425. I was still trying to get kind of comfortable um, with that style, but I actually like it a lot. And so here's where my working sets start in. I had a work sets. I was supposed to hit between 4 to 8 reps for 2 to 3 sets, and ended up going for 2 sets of 8. These were some rough sets, and this was certainly rep PRs for me. I believe in my last cycle of the cube, I did, I think 485 maybe, or 495 for a set of 6. And so here I did, and that was just for one set of 6 for the day. And here I did 2 sets of 8, so I'm pretty happy with that. And felt like I maybe had a couple more left in the tank, even if I really had to rep all the way out. Back didn't cramp up quite as much today, and I feel that my depth is all right. I'm definitely hitting just at breaking parallel. It's a little tough to tell in these shorts. They bunch up a little bit by my hips. And so I may need to focus a little bit on getting a little deeper, but I do like the depth that I'm getting to. I was happy with it today, especially with a little bit more weight. And everything seemed to be moving pretty fast. And so all in all, a good day. I spent more time warming up today. I did a little stationary bike work before I started this workout. And really, this rep range going up to 8 reps is kind of outside my wheelhouse. It's not what I like or what I'm used to. Also, you can tell from this side angle really the difference in form between low bar and high bar. I'm so much more upright in these high bar squats. And on all 3 of these, on this first set, I come up on my toes when I come out of the bottom. I just get really far forward each time, and it kicked the heck out of my calves to strain and push myself back into the right groove. So that first set of 3 was a little brutal. This set's much easier. I think I could have gone for 5 or 6 reps if I had needed to today, and so I think I'm getting a little bit better at high bar. Also, I felt less kind of wiggling in my spine. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Usually I feel pretty unstable doing high bar squats, but today things felt pretty good. I was taking good breaths. I had my belt in a good spot. It felt real comfortable as far as belts go. So that was good. But at this point in the workout, I was exhausted. I ended up just with the squatting alone, I did more than 20,000 pounds of volume with my warm-ups and everything. And so then coming to these pause squats here, this was just tough. But the third week, I think it was, or second week, I had a rep day and didn't make it through even close to what I needed to as far as what the cube called for. It was one of the first workouts that I'd really failed in. And so I prepared myself mentally for the tough day that I knew was coming today, and was really happy to get through it. The rep ranges, I went low on the rep range for these pause squats, and really needed to. The last rep on my last set's a grinder, and so I got a good stimulus for my legs. When I went over and did hamstring curls after this, I was completely fatigued. I felt that this was really a good workout, and that I got exactly what I needed to out of it. Um, I do think I need to focus on getting just a little bit lower, but as you can see in some of these pause squats, when I come down and stay, that the hip crease is definitely lower than the top of the knee. And so I've never had issues in competition. I always end up going lower in competition because I just spend more time warming up and opening up my hips on competition day than I do for every one of my squat workouts. But I should become more disciplined and regimented. But definitely I think that the stationary bike work helped me today, and depth does look good. That said, I wanted to pick up on the same scripture I talked about with my last video. I heard a preacher talking earlier today, and he was talking about how if we can just understand our place in God's plan, that we can be happy. And I think what he meant was we can be content with our lives. I think a lot of times people talk about the Christian life and think that it's oriented towards happiness. And I don't think that's always the case. At least happiness as we normally mean it. I mean, when you see Jesus crying out in the Garden of Gethsemane, he's not happy. When you see him quoting Psalm 22, God, why have you forsaken me? He's not happy. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I think that the Spirit is given to us to aid us in those times when we're not happy, but we can still be content. And that's what I was thinking about today with this tough workout, being content. Blessings.